Welcome. In this video, I'm showing you exactly how I set up the Charleston when I'm practicing by myself. There's a total of 18 tiles in groupings of 3 tiles each. These groupings are to replicate what is passed to you in the Charleston. So we have right over, left, left over, right, and then you'll pull 3 or up to 3 for an optional pass if that's what you want. The optional pass is actually pulled from one of these 18 tiles. Also, in order to make this as an authentic experience as possible, I remove the jokers. I also remove flowers because those are rarely passed. You can pass flowers, but that is generally a very strategic move, and you often do not get them in the Charleston passes. So I also pull my 13 or 14 tiles, depending on what position I want to be, from the main pile of the tiles. I don't limit anything when I'm choosing my 13 or 14 tiles. So I'm putting my 14 tiles I chose to be east up on my rack and sorting them and organizing them, which is really important, so you can see what you have. So you can see my tiles are organized by number and groupings. I'm looking for multiples first, pairs, pungs, kongs, and repeated numbers, which show me where the strength of the hand is. Single tiles with no clear connection are also information, and those will most likely be passed fairly quickly. I then want to get a feel of what category I want to move towards, and it looks like with this one, it'll be consecutive runs. Over there to the left are my 18 tiles that I'm going to be playing with during this mock Charleston. So it looks like I got a 7, 8, 9. Okay, wow. So that's looking pretty good there. Oops, I got to pick 3 to pass first. Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at my multiples, and I can definitely do the second line down in consecutive runs. The one with the 2 suits, I'm looking at that one. So with the pung kong, that's a possibility. I don't have any gaps if I want that hand. I also don't have any gaps if I want to do the 1 suited hand in that second line. So I'm just showing you what that would look like. The 2 suited, the 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's what that would look like, or that's where that hand is. So I would have the 6 and the 7 in the bams, and then the 8 and the 9 in the cracks. So as you're looking at this hand, what 3 would you pass? It's kind of a tough choice because it's a strong consecutive run. So I'll give you a minute here. These are the 3 I'm choosing. I think they're the least strongest. I don't want to break up my 9 cracks or 8 cracks. Those are pairs. So it looks like I am going to be going with the 6 crack, 7 crack, which I don't like to have those 2 together. You don't want to make it easy for your opponent as well, but sometimes that's what you got to do. All right, so I have a 2 dot here, 3 dot, and so I got a joker, so I'm picking another one, and a 5 crack. So passing a 2 dot and 3 dot is not really a great pass, but that does happen in the Charleston. And I'm going to move those along because I have to strengthen up my hand too. Okay, wow, 8 bam, that's looking pretty good. 4 crack, okay, that's not really connected. Wow, okay, so we got a strong hand in the bams in consecutive run. All right, again, where would you go with this hand? What would you pass? I think clearly I'm going to be doing the 4 crack. All right, I'm going to be doing that 9 bam and the 8 bam. Again, I don't like to do that 2 numbers next to each other, but I believe that's how to keep my hand the strongest. 5 dot, 2 dot, and a 1 dot. Okay, I think that's kind of obvious. I'm not going to keep those. They don't connect with anything. All right, 2 crack and 3 dot and a 1 crack. So as I'm looking at this, I don't want to pass the 1 crack and 2 crack together. So it's a blind pass, and you can see me do it here. I pick up 2, I'm passing 2, and then you don't look at the 3rd, and you pass that along with the 2 from your rack. And I'm going to do 2 for optional. I'm picking it out of the previous hands or the previous tiles that I discard, and that's not much help, but that's a pretty good looking hand there. I have 3 or 4 discards for sure. And this is the second hand that I'm playing with. Again, I'm putting my tiles up on the rack, and let's see what I had pulled from the pile. And I'm pretty sure I did 14 here. I'm playing with Mahjong Maven's Chiclet set. It's also known as the Rainbow set. I know that I've had this before in my demonstrations. I just love this set. So let's see. All right, I'm getting news. I have not had a lot of luck with the win hands unless I get a lot of wins. I usually don't lean that way. All right, I've got 2 jokers in this pull. So what would you do with this hand? It's kind of a bit of a mishmash. We do have lower numbers. We have some higher numbers. And that was really cute of me, putting the card in the way. I think I'm wanting to point out the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, the news hand. It's the third one up. So you have a pair pung of 1 and 3, then you have news, and then you have a pung and a pair of 3 and 5. So it's the third one up is what I'm thinking of. I know I don't do it, but that's a possibility with what I have here. So we'll see what I decide. Another thing I want to mention is the East and the West they are paired with even numbers. The North and the South are paired with odd numbers. So I don't like to pass odds with North and South, and I don't like to pass evens with East and West because that could help somebody if they're going in that direction. So I chose East. I am not going to go with the news hand. I don't have enough tiles that I feel like it's worth it. And I'm going to go with North. Okay. So looking at my hand now, I'm not sure if I would have done that again. Maybe would have picked the 8 dot. But hindsight is easier. Okay. So I have 1 3s. I have 1s and 3s. I really like that 5 bam came in there. Again, I'm trying to move towards a category that has a hand that I don't have any gaps. Okay, so I have 3, 4, 5. So that could possibly pivot into consecutive run hand as well. I decided to break up my pair of 6 dot as that's really not connected with anything. Oh, now a 9 dot comes in, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, wow, 3, 4, 5, 6 we have. That's very nice. So I think I'm going to let go of that 1 bam. I don't have a 2 bam. So where would you go with this hand? What would you pass? There's 2 jokers there that can be used. What do you see happening? All right, so I'm going to pick that 1 bam. I'm going to pick the 3 crack. Let's see what else I'm thinking about. And the 6 dot. So, and here we go. West, that's going to be going 7 bam. Okay, that fits nicely there. Oh, there's my 2 bam. Okay. So I most likely am going to be staying with the bam suit. Consecutive run. So, all right, this is our last over for crack, north, and a soap. I don't like to pass soaps if I don't have to because they can be used in 2025 and then as well as a dragon. All right, so that was our last, right? Okay, and 9 bam. So I'm going to do the 9 bam for my optional, and I'll be getting an 8 crack. Thank you so much for stopping by. Let me know if this style of video is helpful for you. Take care. Bye-bye.